Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Saturday night did not go our way. I sit here on Monday morning and it still hurts. It still stings. But you know what? Sometimes that's a good thing because sometimes that means this football team is back. It means this football team is relevant again. This football team went toe-to-toe with Georgia for 60-plus minutes. It went into overtime. Obviously didn't go our way, and that's not on Max Gilbert. Man, I love what Josh Heupel said after the game. He said, the coaches, the players, we all have to be better, and it wasn't on Max Gilbert. It wasn't on one play. It was on multiple plays, multiple decisions throughout the course of the game. Georgia comes out on top of it. It was a big recruiting weekend, and I know a lot of people are going to say, Boogie, how does this impact us? Does it hurt us in recruiting? Does it hurt us with the guys that we had on campus? And the simple answer is no. Go back 2 years ago. George McIntyre, David Sanders were on campus for the loss to Georgia that season. Both of those guys are now on this football team. It was a massive weekend of recruiting for Tennessee. You were headlined by guys that are currently committed to your program. Five-star quarterback Faison Brandon, five-star wide receiver Tristan Keys, five-star athletes Celeste Moa, also some four-stars, blue chippers, Joel Wyatt, Braden Rouse, TJ White, Hezekiah Harris. Man, I loved a picture I saw on Twitter showing Braden Rouse and TJ White standing side by side, taking in the pregame festivities. That is the future of Tennessee. All those guys on campus, peer recruiting, but you can see the tweet on the screen. Top recruits rave about Tennessee's performance and atmosphere despite an overtime loss to Georgia via Steve Wiltfong. Tennessee set the standard. Everybody is now under the standard until otherwise. Now, Steve Wiltfong also quote tweeted this and said, I have put in my crystal ball, my expert prediction. Spoiler alert, I think we've got one trending towards the good guys. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. I need y'all to do the YouTube stuff for me. Down there below the video, hit the thumbs up, quick, free, and easy. It takes you 2 seconds. If you're watching the video, you're signed into Google, hit that thumbs up. We would appreciate it. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Had a fun live stream this morning, just a couple of hours ago with Eric Kane of VolQuest.com and Locked on Vols. Go back, give that a watch. Also, we'll be live tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to play EA Sports College Football. We're going to talk all things Tennessee football. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, it's Talkin VAWLS Live. Friday morning, me, Coach Jay Falmean, going to get you geared up for kickoff on Saturday. And then on Saturday, we're live an hour before kickoff and immediately following the game. But let's talk about this. Spoiler alert, who is being predicted to Tennessee? You see the tweet from Rivals.com. Steve Wiltfong has logged an expert prediction for Tennessee to flip Virginia Tech four-star edge commit Andrew Rogers. Now, I talked about him last week leading into the game that he was going to be taking this visit. 6'6", 240 pounds out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Something worth mentioning. He's high school teammates, plays high school football at Grimsley High with Faison Brandon, Tennessee's five-star quarterback committed to Virginia Tech back on August the 22nd. Chose them over Tennessee and South Carolina, but Tennessee just kept pushing. Scouting report from Gabe Brooks over at 247 Sports says he is a big-framed edge defender who could potentially grow into a more traditional defensive lineman role. Reclassified from 27 to 26, also transferred high schools from 24 to 25. Ultra productive sophomore in 2024. Tall, long, and lean with ample bulking capacity. Multi-sport participation includes basketball. Says he flashes sudden pursuit athleticism accompanied by close quarters redirecting ability. Naturally high center of gravity compromises leverage. Still developing rush arsenal, but recorded 20-plus sacks in 2024 to reflect the natural impact playmaking ability. Projects to the Power 4 level as a potential multi-year starter with tools that could project beyond college. Again, that's the scouting report. Gabe Brooks over at 247 Sports. Got him in town this weekend, again, for the Georgia game. He was actually supposed to be on an official visit to Virginia Tech. He canceled that, comes to Knoxville. That was a big red flag for me. I felt like we had a real opportunity to flip Andrew Rogers. Again, committed to Virginia Tech. Supposed to be going on an official there, but he cancels it to be in Knoxville for this big-time game against Georgia. Here's the quote from him. Says the experience was one of a kind. The fans recognized me. The energy was live, and I loved it. The whole place was like no other, from the actual game to the fans. It was special. The environment is the best in college football, hands down. He said Tennessee set the standard. Everybody else is now under the standard until otherwise noticed. Got to spend some time with Coach Hype, also with Coach Chop. Said, I spent a lot of time with those two. I feel great about Tennessee. I can 100% see myself and my family living there. Of course, I can see myself playing there as well. Tennessee is up there with Virginia Tech, if not higher. Now, he was supposed to be at Virginia Tech, right? Supposed to take that official visit to Virginia Tech. Comes in town unofficially to Knoxville. Now he has scheduled an official visit back to Rocky Top for the Vanderbilt game on November the 29th. He also plans to visit North Carolina and Georgia in the coming weeks. So I don't know if we're nearing a decision. I don't know if we're expecting a decision. Steve Wiltfong flipping, putting that expert prediction in. That's typically a spoiler alert. Are we going to see Andrew Rogers flip soon? Are we looking at a silent commit here? He maybe tell this coaching staff, hey, I want to flip, but I want to take my visits. I want to go through the process. We're going to see what happens. Is he going to flip, or is he going to let this thing play out? Again, going to be here for the Vanderbilt game, November the 29th, and also wants to visit North Carolina and Georgia as well. There was another flip target in town for the Georgia game, and that is this guy right here, Dre Quinn. You can see the profile on the screen. Another four-star edge, 6'4", 228 out of Buford, Georgia, ranked just outside the on 300, ranked 357th nationally. Here's the scouting report on Dre Quinn. Says he's a quick twitch athlete with impressive burst off the line of scrimmage. Speed allows him to beat offensive linemen to the edge, gives him excellent chase down ability. Has the frame and athleticism to play with his hand in the dirt as a traditional defensive end or as a stand-up outside linebacker. Skill set makes him a great fit for Clemson's 4-2-5 scheme, which values flexible edge players who can rush the passer, stop the run, and occasionally drop into coverage. Quinn has a long wingspan that he effectively uses to create leverage against blockers and disrupt plays. First step quickness and ability to convert speed to power make him a difficult matchup for opposing offensive tackles. Known for his relentless effort and high motor traits that are highly valued. He's got a track background. Listen to this speed. 100-meter dash, and we talk about running backs, we talk about wide receivers, and we look at their 100-meter dash times. This is an edge rusher. This is a defensive lineman, runs an 11.2 in the 100-meter dash. So he's got athleticism. He's got length. He's got good bend, and he's got 11.2 100-meter track speed, and that was as a high school sophomore. Demonstrates elite speed for a player of his size. Now, something worth noting. Look right there on the screen in the middle. You can see committed to Clemson back on June the 19th. He committed over Georgia, Georgia Tech, Texas, Notre Dame, and others. You guys that know Clemson, you guys that know Dabo Swinney, he does not allow Clemson commits to take visits. That's not allowed. That's not what he does. That's not who he is. Now, Dre Quinn let them know. He let the position coach at Clemson know that he was going to be taking this visit to Georgia, but we know that is not something that Dabo Swinney allows. What does this mean? Chad Simmons put in a quote, Clemson commits that take visits don't typically end up in Death Valley. So is Dre Quinn also trending to the good guys? Where does Tennessee go? Again, we're looking at two edge rushers. I think Andrew Rogers, talked about his size now as a high school senior. He has the opportunity to add some weight, whereas you look at Dre Quinn, a little bit more lean at 228 pounds. But that gives you some options. Who does Tennessee take? Who do they not? He was here back in January. And Dre Quinn took a visit back in January. After that visit, he said they made me feel like a priority. The biggest takeaway is that I got to spend an ample amount of personalized time with each coach. The best part of it was I got a chance to play basketball with Coach Hype. We know how that goes. We've heard David Sanders talk about Josh Heupel cheating in basketball. We've heard Braden Rouse talk about Josh Heupel cheating in bowling. So I wonder how Dre Quinn's game went with Coach Hype. He said, after my visit, Tennessee is definitely high on my list. My connection with the coaches was awesome. Felt like I've known them for years. Now, he was supposed to take an official visit back in June. But again, you see, committed to Clemson in June. So he never took that official visit to Tennessee. So what does that mean? Well, now you've got to try to take advantage of having that official visit in your back pocket. Can Tennessee get him back on campus? The same that they're doing with Andrew Rogers, right? You got him here unofficially for the Georgia game. Same with Dre Quinn. Got him here unofficially for the Georgia game. Andrew Rogers going to take that official for Vanderbilt. Can you get Dre Quinn back on campus for an official visit? But again, Andrew Rogers with the prediction from Steve Wiltfong to end up to flip to Tennessee. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section and talk about it. We've talked about this class of 26, currently sitting at 8th according to the On3 industry rankings. We kind of laugh and say, Coach Garner always finds a dude out there to flip late in the process. Is Andrew Rogers, is Dre Quinn, are they those dudes? Let's talk about it in the comment section. Smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network at bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Shout out to the members of the channel. Without you, this show doesn't exist. If you like what we do, you want to donate $1, that's all it is. $1 a month. Hit the join button down below. We would greatly appreciate the support. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.